David, I want to I know you guys talked yesterday about the ending the 25-state reciprocity concealed weapon thing that Mark Herring did. So I want to talk about that a little bit at the end, but I want to get to this Republican Party of Virginia pledge that they're making people sign, or what they call statement of affiliation. And my position is you can call it a pledge, you can call it a statement of affiliation. If you put lipstick on a pig, David, it's still a pig. My problem with this
one is actually a cute little lamb, man. This is a cute little lamb. No pig here.
This is
not on this one.
Turd, and I'll tell you why it's a turd, and then I'll get you to weigh in. Number one, this is not a convention. It's not a firehouse primary. It's not funded by the Republican Party of Virginia. This is a state-run primary funded by taxpayer dollars. Number one. Let me tell you the second thing that I feel no one can answer me this question with this stupid pledge. So if someone comes in and says to a poll worker or a state board of elections representative, I would like a Republican ballot. And that individual then, by statute, says, well, in order to get a Republican ballot and vote in the Republican presidential primary, you have to sign this document, this statement of affiliation, name, address, email, home phone, okay, cell phone, and then I'm a Republican, and then sign it. And if someone says, well, I'm just not comfortable signing anything, I just want to vote in the Republican primary, that person then has to say, well, I'm sorry, you can't have the ballot, you have to go home. How does that make any sense for the Republican Party of Virginia to be turning people away and sending them home?
Let me ask you this. Any major corporation in America, any major organization in America, profit or non-profit, that has a board and has a general membership, and that general membership comes into the general membership elections and yearly meeting, do they let a non-stockholder, a non-member come in and vote in that organization? No. This is not a social organization. Whether it's being run by the state or through a convention, this is our election for our party. We have a party that has rules. We have a party that has an organization. We have a party with elected party officials, something that I've heard you say a couple times. They're not elected. Yes, they are. We have local committees, committee in every city, in every town, in every county in Virginia, with local leadership that's elected. Out of those committees, there are a higher hierarchy called district committees that are elected by the members and people that attend the local meetings. Then those folks go sit on a state central committee that is elected by the membership. They have the elected duty to make the rules for our party. They made the rules. If you don't like the rules, it doesn't make them bad. Too bad. This is a party. We like our party. We have our own creed. You just have Congressman Dave Brad on. He ran by a creed of the Republican Party of Virginia that he was talking about. You were cheering that. That is the creed that was put together by that same state central committee state central committee that put these rules.
Well, David,
if you want to vote in a Republican, hold on. If you want to vote in a Republican primary to choose a Republican candidate, then what is the problem with you saying, I am a Republican, and I'm going to honor these rules, and I'm going to sign a statement that say, I am part of you, part of this party, unless you're not. And that is the problem. You want everybody to come and vote whether they really are Republicans or not, because that is what Mr. Trump wants now.
I want people to come and vote in the primary and open the tent and expand the Republican Party's base, because if it's just Republicans, you can't win. You guys have gotten beat in 7 consecutive statewide elections, and now you want to put an egregious, intrusive piece of paper in front of somebody who is asking to participate in the Republican tent. This is absurd. What you just told me, David, is mumbo-jumbo, gobbledygook, state-run, people-run, committee meetings.
Put your big pants on.
I got them on.
You don't. You don't. You lost your big pants. You're whining. 2, you lost your common sense. You're going to have to be devoted to a lieutenant versus commander after this one, man. Come on. This is done. You want to join the party? Show up to a local committee meeting. Not just once every 4 years for a presidential election. You want to join the party and be part of the big tent and have a say? Show up every month, the first Tuesday of whatever county you're in, and show up to your local committee meeting.
You know, there's a lot. Look, David, look, you're talking on behalf of the activists that, you know, run the thing that show up for committee meeting. I'm talking about an average individual that has not been involved in the process who shows up on Super Tuesday and they ask for a Republican ballot and they want to participate in the Republican process of nominating a candidate for president. And these are the very voters that have abandoned your party that you need in order to win in November. And so I get back to my question. If someone says, look, I'm just not comfortable signing this document, what are you going to say? Are you going to send them home or not?
We'll say no. Yes, we'll send them home. I'll say it's flank house.
So you'll send them home.
The party, join the party.
So you will you will basically send voters home and tell them to go pound sand.
We're not telling them to go pound sand.
You're sending them home. You're going to deny somebody who came out to participate. Look, this is inside baseball stuff. You know, statement of affiliations, pledges, because this committee member went to that meeting, and so the state central did this. Who cares? This is an open primary in the state of Virginia. The General Assembly has not bothered. The idea of making it party restrictive and making people register by party, you in the General Assembly couldn't even get that out of a committee. So your own General Assembly members rejected that. So now you're going to tell somebody who's coming into the process that you can't have a ballot? You're going to send them. You're going to send them home? Are you insane?
Yes. You want to? Yes.
That's
don't
insanity,
come
David.
To reap the reward.
That's
insanity. That is the problem that we're seeing today. Populism is not conservatism, buddy.
Oh, for heaven's sake! Now you're
populists that never participated in the process. Right. Populists that had nothing to do with the party. A candidate that does not even know the definition of being conservative, that just wants to reap the reward and become the candidate of the party. You want to be the candidate of this party. You want to participate in this party. You don't just show up on the last day. You show up on the first day. I showed up the day that I got off the plane, and I went in and started working in the grassroots.
This has nothing to do with the activists, David. There's not enough activists out there in order to win anything. That's a small percentage of people.
I'm not talking about being an activist, being a member.
I appreciate your candor and honesty in getting on the radio and telling the truth that this whole effort is designed to stop Trump. That's it. That's why it was concocted. Oh, that's exactly what you said.
I did not say that.
You said you don't want people coming into the party that are not party loyalists. You don't want independents. You don't want other conservative Democrats. You don't want people that are disaffected. You only want your little inside baseball people to choose your nominee.
I don't want them in the party. Don't spin my words. I did not say I don't want them in the party. I welcome them all in the party. But come join the party. Not just come vote, and when you don't like it, you're out. No. We want them all. You're talking to the king of engagement and inclusion. You're talking to the minority guy that fought from within the party and been opening the party and still claim that we are the Big Ten. But you want to do it, you do it right. You do it based on rules and based on the correct way to do it. We welcome everybody in this party. I want everybody in this party, but I want them to come and really be members of the party. Not people that come vote.
If they're not a member, you're going to deny them a ballot. So if I'm an independent and I'm thinking about voting in the Republican primary because I like one of those candidates, and maybe I'll be back in November, you're going to sit there and tell that person who drove out, stood in line, I'm sorry, you can't vote. Go away. That's what you're going to say.
You are an independent. If you are an independent, you have the privilege and the right to go vote in a general election and choose whoever this party nominated or not choose whoever this party nominated.
You are going to send
people home.
If you are
an independent,
you are going
by
to tell
definition,
people you
have
wanted.
no privilege and no right to vote within the party.
No right to vote? Listen to what you're saying, David. No right to vote? What are you talking about? These are registered voters.
Within my party.
It's not your party.
Are a party member.
It's the Republican. It's not your party. I mean, it's the party of the people. And so
it's the party of the members. It's the party of the members of the party. This is not socialism. It's not the party of everybody. It's the party of the members of the party. If you agree with the creed of this party, if you agree with the principles of this party, join the party. And then, by God, you are somebody who can vote.
So if I'm in New Hampshire where they have party registration, okay, and I'm an independent, I can show up as well as many other states, and I can say, I'm an independent and I choose a Republican ballot, and they'll hand me the ballot. What you're doing in Virginia is excluding all those people, the very people you're going to need to win in November. This is the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life.
In the general, why is it that you guys don't want to play by the rules?
There are no rules. You made them up. If you want to make party registration, David, you were in the General Assembly. You couldn't even get that out of committee. Okay, nobody was in favor.
No, you're confusing rules and laws, buddy. We have a party. We can make our own rules within our own party. General Assembly can come and make laws that applies to everybody. Those are laws. Okay? I was a member, I still am a member of General Assembly for a couple of weeks. I would have voted for party registration, and that would have been a law. That doesn't stop me from making my own rules within my own party.
Yeah,
we have a party. We have rules.
You're concocting rules in order to stop one candidate. It's so plain. It's so egregious. And you finally admitted it. At least you admitted it.
BS. And I didn't admit that. I said, you guys don't like the rules. I didn't say we made the rules because of him. We made the rules because we made the rules. That's our rules. You want to play? Come along. I don't understand. Is he a Republican or not? Are his supporters Republicans or not?
Sure they are.
Answer that for me.
Yes, but many of them, David, are independents. They don't want to sign things. Look, I was 15, and my father told me, don't sign anything. People are not comfortable signing things. They're independents. You want to get them involved in the party. They don't feel like signing pledge documents and giving their cell phone and their email. They just want to show up, get a ballot, and participate in the process. And if it hadn't been for Trump, you wouldn't have even instituted this rule. It's designed to stop Trump. And
you either
Trump
have
people are seeing through it.
Or you're independent. You can't have the cake and eat it. You can't make your cake and icing and eat it.
You need independents to win.
Or you're Republican.
This is an insane argument. You can't win without independents. You guys are 0 for 7. Yes, you're 0 for 7.
Yes, I can. Yes, I'll tell you what.
You're going to win without independence now.
No. Hold on. I can gain the independence. I gain the independence based on the message that I have, and that's certainly not the message of your guy. Wait
a minute. You're going to gain independence with your message after they showed up to vote in your primary. They wouldn't sign your pledge document, and you told them to go away and you're not wanted. Now all of a sudden you're going to turn them in November, David. That's an intellectually absurd argument. Come on. At the end of the day, you put this in to stop Trump. It's going to backfire. You need to get rid of it. Open the process up. Let people participate and grow your party. It's shrinking like a teepee.
Hey, you know what? By that same argument, if we're talking about arguments and open up, should we open up the border and let everybody in as well that your guy want to kick out?
No.
Why?
Because they're not Americans. They're not citizens.
Oh, my gosh, they're not Americans. Oh, my gosh, now it applies. Now the rules apply.
They apply to U.S. citizens. Look, we have a sanctity.
How about not Republicans?
We have the sanctity of the ballot. You guys are trying to turn people away.
The rules apply
the PR nightmare, David, the PR nightmare you're going to have on your hands is unbelievable. And you know what?
The number when you guys want the rules to apply.
Well, I tell you,
only when you want them to apply.
I want independents to be able to come in and participate in your primary, and maybe you'll turn them into Republicans if you actually stand for something for once.
Let me take that same sentence and reflect it to you. Some people in America want Mexicans to come in and participate in our free market economy and become the Americans that we want them to be.
I don't.
Wow.
I don't.
Wow.
I want to close the borders, David. I want to shut him down.
To vote within my party.
I want to shut him down. But David,
party nominee,
you have just said
he would be better than Hillary.
I got to go. You have just said you are going to tell independent voters or others who show up and ask for a ballot. You are going to tell them, "Screw you, go home." Unbelievable.
No, that's your language.
Merry Christmas, David. I got to go. Love you to death. Everybody have a fabulous holiday. We will see you on Monday. Merry Christmas.